means cancel all your parties. Forget your big parade. It means the crowds will not be cheering, so despite what you've been hearing, you can lay down your spade.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. New York City Center's annual gala presentation is Jason Robert Brown and Alfred Urry's musical masterpiece, Parade, which will run from November 1st through the 6th. Under the direction of Michael Arden, it features a star-studded cast led by Ben Platt and Micaela Diamond, and we dropped by the rehearsal room to bring you a sneak peek and to meet the company.
It means I'm not the greatest partner any man can get. It means I'll never, ever, ever underestimate that woman, 'cause this is not over yet. Tell my young
How excited are you to be directing Parade?
I can't believe it. I mean, this has been a show that I've loved since I went to Best Buy, which was my Schubert alley, when I was a teenager and got the CD. And so to be here, not only working on this score, but in this building, in the middle of New York, right now, and with this incredible company, it's an embarrassment of riches, and I have to pinch myself every moment, which there aren't many of.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I think we've both loved this show for so many years, and to get to do it with this particular company and team at this moment in time feels so beautifully right. And so every day I come to rehearsal, I'm just like, feel like a privilege to be here, and to be doing it with you is very special.
Like she said, it's a sort of, on the musical theater side of things, it's such a dream project because it's such a beautiful piece, just in terms of as a piece of theater, and these roles are such wonderful roles. But I think on top of that, everything that's happening in terms of anti-Semitism right now, and getting to be the first Jews to play Leo and Lucille Frank in a major production like this, which is long overdue, of course, but we're thrilled that it's happening, just feels like a real responsibility and a real privilege, and it just feels like right place, right time, and we're just trying to give everything we can to it.
The gallows still are vacant, and we've got my wife to thank. It means you shouldn't underestimate Lucille and Leo Frank, 'cause this is not over yet.
Let's talk about being in the room with Jason. What's it like working with him?
It's amazing. It's crazy. It's, magic. I think he's been working on this show for so many years that for us to be doing it with him and finding our own version of Leo and Lucille, and him being such an advocate for finding what our version will be, has been, like my just middle school heart is glowing every day. But he's amazing. It's incredible to sing these songs. Like, even just doing that by the piano is like, is this real?
Every day is so exciting because I get to be in here and witness all of this. It's been fun, it's been inspiring, it's been educational. I love working with actors and singers and dancers that are older than me. We're overflowing with wisdom and experience here.
This piece is beautiful. This piece has been something I've been just floored by, obsessed with for so long, and to be a part of it is just truly incredible, because not a lot of people do it, and there's not many opportunities you get to do this role and do the show. And yeah, it's there's so many moments where we're just kind of sitting back, we're like, oh yeah, I'm doing this right now. Like when you see Jason play, or you see Ben and Micaela.
His eyes play a whole song without looking,
Yeah,
and I was like,
oh,
okay.
Perfectly.
Pray on this day as I journey beyond them, these old red hills of home. Let
Okay, being in the room with Jason Robert Brown and Michael Arden, what is that like?
It's like a gift. It's wild. This Parade was like the first big show that I did in college, the first big musical that I did, and I played Newt Lee. And Jason came to see it. So like doing it now is wild.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel real. It's like it's so surreal.
Being in the room with Jason Robert Brown, what is it like collaborating with him, Michael?
Completely terrible. No, it's amazing. It's a dream come true. I wrote Jason a fan letter when I was probably 15 years old, which he forwarded to me the other day, and it's incredibly embarrassing. But to be with him and just a genius musician and lyricist, and his understanding of how music can tell a story, and of course this piece, he's got to work with the great late Hal Prince on it. It's so much information there, and to have him conducting is going to be such a treat for audiences.
I don't know that I'll ever get this big an orchestra to do this show, and this is what the show was meant to be, but there are no shows in New York that have 24-piece orchestras anymore. So for me to get to be in front of a 24-piece orchestra, we've got an extraordinary music director, Tom Murray, who's done most of my shows for my whole life, but I said to him, would it be okay with you if I conducted this, just because I conducted the tour, and Georgia, my wife, was the pianist. That's how we met. And so George is playing on this, and I'm conducting it. So it's just an opportunity for us to sort of, again, bring all of what we know about this piece into the room with us. And I'm only 52. I'm just not ready to let it all go yet. I love making the music. That's why I got into this in the first place.
Absolutely. I think, we're unfortunately living in a moment where mob mentality has taken a hold in a very real way of so much of the land that we love. And so to be exploring that and bringing this story that is over 100 years old to audiences today, that we might reflect upon what it is we're up to right now is really important. And I feel honored to get to be a messenger in that.
All good art should be resonant all the time, right? That's the aim. But of course, there's something about the specificity of these resonances that are so different than the resonances of when we wrote it, because I think we all thought that the stuff we were writing about was kind of maybe like on the side of the car in the rearview mirror. And it is now so obviously like, this is the DNA of the country, and this isn't going anywhere. That we're not going to cure anti-Semitism or anti-black racism, that's just baked in. And now that we acknowledge it, now that we realize it, or at least that we're beginning to realize it, beginning to acknowledge it, now what do we do about it? What do we do about living with it because it's not changing? And that's a very powerful thing to bring into this rehearsal room, and a hard thing to bring into this rehearsal room, because again, I think we all wrote it with the sense of like, this is what we used to be like. I feel the sensitivity of everyone around this in a way that we just didn't 25 years ago, or even when we did it in London or at the Taper, that production did not feel as raw. There's something about sort of like, it's like a soldering iron on your nerves with this piece in a way that it wasn't. It's very challenging, and in a way, again, I'm sort of very grateful for it. It's very beautiful, but it's scary. It's scary stuff to do.